Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Earning Our Stripes. I'm Brock Bolton.
And I'm Benjamin Duncan.
And then, Missouri has defended their border in non-conference play, defeating Kansas State to the west, and, of course, Middle Tennessee State and Memphis to the east, locking down the Tennessee border and the Kansas borders, respectively. As we begin conference play, Ben, how are you doing today?
Not too bad, not too bad.
We were, of course, at that game in St. Louis.
In St. Louis.
And, well, we'll get into our thoughts about the trip here. Let's go ahead and start with the trip first. Of course, Mr. Tommy Haley joined us for this trip. He's not with us.
You can hear more about what he thought about it on BTT this week.
Indeed you can. And, of course, you can see his reaction to it on the vlog that came out on the B Card YouTube channel, as well as the vlog that will be coming out on this channel here.
Exactly.
God, you got way too excited about that. Anyway.
I mean, shoot, as soon as we're done doing this, I'm uploading all of those things.
Well, good news. As soon as we're done with this, I'm going to have this edited and up for you to upload, so...
Very nice.
Very nice. Anyway, Ben, your thoughts before we get going into the game itself. First off, I would like to say that turf was fucking horrible.
And speaking of that turf, Brock.
Oh, God.
I found an article from the St. Louis Business Journal.
Oh, I can't wait to listen to something from St. Louis.
Where I can only read the first paragraph because I have to pay $4 to subscribe after that. We have from the St. Louis Business Journal as of this morning. Officials responsible for upkeep of the Dome of America Center say they're discussing possible upgrades to the facility's turf playing surface after fans took to social media to complain about its appearance during Saturday's Mizzou football game against Memphis.
Yeah, it definitely needs to get fixed.
And just a little to add on to that, my cousin had Snapchatted me after I'd posted a story of being there at the game. And he's like, is the turf really that bad as it is on TV in person?
It's pretty bad. It looks like they haven't changed it since the Rams left.
It is bad.
Very, very bad. Downtown St. Louis, also bad. Very, very bad.
Why would someone be having a wedding same night as that game?
I don't know what was happening. I don't really know. I don't want
Lamborghini
to
doing a burnout in its parking spot or something? I have no idea.
Don't know. Don't know. Let's get...
Also, major L to St. Louis that there was no decent food options available after 10 o'clock at night in downtown.
You ain't joking on that one, bud. You really ain't. All right, let's get into some of the breakdown of this game, shall we? If you don't have anything else.
Go on ahead.
All right. The attendance was a disappointing 45,068 in attendance. Mainly true sons and daughters, very few wearing blue. Brady Cook, 18 of 25, 341, 2 touchdowns through the air, no rushing touchdowns. Cody Schrader, 14 carries, 123 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Luther Burden, 10 receptions, 177 yards. Theo Weiss and Johnson had the 2 receiving touchdowns. 3 Tigers had sacks again this week. Bailey, Robinson, and Walker Jr. had those. Abrams-Drain had another pick along with Marcus Clark. Hopper and Chris Abrams-Drain led the team in tackles this week with 7 each. Mevis, 2 for 2 on field goals, 4 for 4 on extra points, so very good that he was perfect on the day on both fronts there. This was Tommy's first Mizzou game. He sang Mr. Brightside and led an MIZ chant. You can watch more of that on the vlog. Unless Ben would like to send me those clips so I can put it in right here. Yes? No?
I don't know where they're... I'd have to find them, but yeah, we'll see.
Okay, cool. It's the first time Mizzou has been 4-0 since 2013 and is ranked for the first time since 2019, and they are ranked at number 23. Mizzou, of course, won 34-27. Although it really wasn't that close. Memphis got some pity scores, and that's the only reason it was that close. So, Ben, your thoughts? Your thoughts on the game?
Honestly, it wasn't too bad. It was a little close for comfort.
The score did not... The score
was
starting
to make my brain explode.
The score was closer than it actually was. Memphis just made it close because of that pity touchdown at the end and then that fumble by Cody Schrader to start the game, and that's it. Without those two things, not really a close game. Anyway, is that all that you have, though?
Yes.
Wow. So, quick little breakdown. That's all we got for this Memphis game, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a good win.
Yep. Tigers 4-0. Vanderbilt this week in a half-filled stadium. Or a half-completed stadium.
Tickets are going as low as $8.
Well, go down there. Fill it up with that good old black and gold. Make Vanderbilt...
There'll be a lot of black and gold.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Tigers fans there. We will not be there. Ben will be in Wichita this week. And I have work. I could not take this off. But I did get the Arkansas game off. So, good there. Miscellaneous news here for EOS. We are currently in talks as to going to Amherst next year for the Mizzou UMass game.
Oh, God.
Don't deny it, Ben. We are considering this way too much. And you know that we are.
Oh, I found the clip of Tommy singing Mr. Brightside. Here we go.
Excellent. Cool. If you'll send that to me, I'll put it in where it was. Do you have him leading the MIZ chant, though?
I'm trying to find it right now.
Because it's around that time. Anyway. Yes, we are in real consideration for that. So, if we were to pull up the Mizzou schedule for 2024... Not that I have this literally saved as a favorite on my computer or anything. That means that we, Ben, just me and you, are looking to go to September 14th against Boston College, October 12th against UMass, the game against Arkansas, which will be Black Friday, and at Texas A&M with Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Also, side note, Mizzou gets invaded by the Northeast hella next year. Buffalo, Boston College, and UMass. So. And have we just pretty much said we're not even going to attempt to go to that Oklahoma game? The tickets are going to be stupid?
Probably.
Okay. Cool. What?
My brother in Christ, this game should not have been moved.
Oh, there you go. It's a nice little soundbite. There we go. Anyway. Ben, miscellaneous Mizzou news before we get to know your enemy.
Alright. I'll have to find that clip of Tommy yelling that later. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. I'll have to find that clip of Tommy.
That's fine. You're going to edit that together anyway, so. If you find it while editing that, just email it to me. Anyway, random miscellaneous Mizzou news.
Alright, but yes. Mizzou stuff? Okay. Here we go, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Everybody listening, our viewers.
The hell?
Missouri and Coach Dennis Gates have assembled an elite transfer class ready to contend for an SEC title. The NJCAA National Player of the Year.
Junior
The Conference
college, by the
Defensive Player of the Year.
The what conference?
The Conference Defensive Player of the Year. The
Okay.
SEC Conference Defensive Player of the Year. 4 10-plus points per game transfers. Conference Newcomer of the Year. Multiple all-conference performers. And multiple 5-stars and 4-stars, if I'm correct.
Also, currently the number 1 recruiting class for 2024.
And the new scoreboard has arrived.
Yeah, not thrilled about it.
Yeah.
I like the
Looks
tiger
kinda
stripes.
plain.
I
Looks very
like the
plain.
tiger stripes a lot, but whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't see a reason to replace it.
5-star, number 1 player in Arkansas, Anor Boateng, becomes the 4th highest recruit in school history committing to Mizzou.
What sport?
Basketball.
Ooh, Dennis.
Dennis working his magic.
Dennis doing something.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Missouri has the 2024 overall number 1 class ranked for basketball recruiting.
Which is insane to say, by the way.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I love how both the big sports are starting to hit their stride at the same time right now. And the only way it could be better if Mizzou baseball and wrestling also hit their fucking stride. I mean, Mizzou wrestling's been Mizzou wrestling for the past, 12 years. But
Yeah.
if Mizzou baseball and softball can finally also hit their strides, oh my God. We're going to be an insufferable fan base. Rather than being
football.
insufferable as a fan base.
For football, Luther Burden is leading first overall with 216 yards after catch. And 11 missed tackles forced. He's leading at number 1 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Brady Cook's quarterback rating is 2nd in the SEC and 10th in Power 5.
What the fuck?
Cody Schrader is rushing with 100.8 yards per game, which is number 1 in the SEC and number 9 in Power 5.
He's only going to get better as the year goes on as I break down this game this week. The Know Your Enemy for this week.
And Luther Burden with 126 receiving yards per game. He's number 3 in the SEC and number 4 in Power 5.
What did Tommy say about Luther? He said something about him. How did he phrase it, though?
He's him? I don't know.
Yeah, he said he's him, and that boy's going to be playing on Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need no Dominic Lovett anymore. We don't need you.
Fuck no. We got Luther. We got Luther and Theo Weiss and Mookie Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye, Dominic.
We have more waiting on the sideline as well.
I know. Plus, Mekhi Miller was back this week. Which, when I heard he came out, I'm like, hey, welcome back. And then he did pretty much fuck all. Because, why not? I don't know.
We have the Brady Cook apology form that was created by the Misery Index.
You need to fill it out, sir. You did not believe. Read it out. Read it out. Read out the form.
Yes, we have the Brady Cook apology form to Brady from at Misery Index. And the date was 9/23/2023. Reason for behavior. Twitter convinced me he was cooked. I don't watch actual games. I didn't believe he had it in him. I don't know football. I wanted Sam Horn to start that badly, and Mercury was in retrograde.
So, which is your reason?
Probably I wanted Sam Horn to start that badly.
Okay, you're feeling horny. All right, that's fine. That's fine.
And I will hereby respect Brady Cook, and I will not talk down on the future NFL first round pick.
Exactly. God, imagine if by his senior year, that's what we're talking about. Mizzou is a potential top 5 pick, top fucking 10 pick. Oh, it's not gonna happen, but I mean that'd be awesome.
Who knows? Mizzou Volleyball got their first SEC win of the season against South Carolina, 3-1.
I don't know that much about volleyball, but yeah.
We'll be talking a little bit more about the team as we continue on.
Okay.
The kickoff time for the LSU game has been announced for 11 o'clock.
Dog.
Same. The 2020 game, when it was kickoff time, was at 11:03.
Mizzou won and upset number 1 LSU, but dog. Why? Why? Why is it always fucking 11, dude?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at ESPN's schedule for next week. You're telling me it couldn't have been later?
Yeah. Then we have, we'll start out with volleyball.
Hang on, you forgot another important thing about that Mizzou LSU game.
What is that?
It's a sellout.
It is also a sellout, yes.
A week, 2 weeks before the game, sellout. What the? By the way, first time since
I'll be right back.
This is the first time since 2014 the Mizzou has had 2 sellouts in a season. So, do with that information what you will, Mizzou fans. I don't know how to feel about that information when it was presented to me. First time in 2 years that Mizzou, or first time since 2014 that Mizzou has had 2 or more sellouts in a season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with that information.
But we finally the Memphis Mizzou shirt came in.
Tiger Brawl.
Looking pretty clean.
Yeah. Unlike the field.
Yeah. Let me flip this back inside out because this finally just arrived today. So, Thank you, Tiger Team Store.
Go Tigers!
And then also
the blackout shirt for this LSU game.
Yes, sir, indeed. We got the LSU shirt where it's Mizzou versus LSU on the front.
That's pretty bland.
And then we have
Ooh, that's better. Not great, but it's still better.
Yeah, we got the flags on the back with Thoreau in the background with the rock M and everything.
Actually, I think it's the Mizzou flag, and that's supposed to be an LSU Tiger rag.
Oh, okay. But I mean, it's not the best that it could have been, but it's not bad.
It's
like it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me put these back away.
Could have been way worse. See, that homecoming shirt from a few years ago. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
All right. But moving on now to volleyball.
Volleyball? What the hell?
Yeah. They lost to number 14 Tennessee 3-0. But then they beat South Carolina, as I just mentioned, 3-1 for their first SEC win of the season. And volleyball, if you'd like to know, is now 6-1 at home. Overall, we are 9-4 on the season. Conference play 1-1. Away 2-2, and neutral sites 1-1.
Okay.
And our next matchup is at LSU on Friday.
Okay. Well.
And then at Texas A&M on Sunday.
Mm.
And then
not really anywhere around where Mizzou fans could go there, as well as Vanderbilt. So.
And then in the world of soccer, Mizzou women's soccer, they lost to Georgia 2-1. But
Drat.
They are 5-3-2 on the season, so they're posting a 600 right now. Conference, they are 1-2. Home, they are 2-1-1. Away, they are 2-2-1. And neutral site games, they are 1-0. And
what's that neutral site game?
The Missouri State game in St. Louis.
Oh, so they won that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But coming up for the soccer team, this Thursday we have.
So when this game when this podcast comes out.
Yes, when this podcast comes out, it'll be here in Columbia at 6:00 against number 11 Arkansas. It is also that game is also Mental Health Awareness Night, and also Ted Lasso Night, in which the first 500 fans get a rally towel.
Okay.
So, yes, so hopefully they can beat number 11 Arkansas. Moving on. Next up, we have that Ennis Rakestraw Jr. has joined Charlie Hustle as their Mizzou representative. Brock, yeah, I don't know about that. Honestly, who knows? I know I went to one game like freshman year, and that was it for soccer. Because I was bored and I had nothing going on that day.
Anyway, Rickshaw is now part of Charlie Hustle?
Yes, he is the Mizzou representative for Charlie Hustle.
Should be Cody Schrader.
I was just kind of confused because K-State has
Cody Hustle? It's a great name.
Two representatives for Charlie Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Will Howard, and then, if I remember correctly, K-State's entire offensive line. But
Cody Hustle. Come on, that's another great nickname for him. Damn it. Why do we keep coming up with great nicknames for him?
Anyway. The Columbia City Council has voted to end marijuana testing for job applications.
Why is this a miscellaneous Mizzou news?
Because it's Columbia. The Harlan Post that Memphis had made the other day, they certainly they weren't going to win that game after that post.
No, they weren't.
Guaranteed. Mizzou is now ranked. Mizzou football, that is. We are ranked number 22.
23.
23.
22? Wait.
Above.
Maybe 8. You're right. You might be right. I think it is 22.
No, I think it's 23.
No. I think you're right. Hang on. Okay. So, In the AP top 25, we're 23, but in the coaches poll, we're 22.
That's what I'd seen.
What the hell? What the hell? I mean, we should be ranked ahead of Florida, but, whatever.
Yeah. In Mizzou wrestling news...
Hell yeah!
Mizzou wrestling season tickets are available now for general admission, $40.
Yeah, I got the email today.
Get your season tickets today to see the Tigers in action at all 6 home duels this season for just $40. Tiger-style wrestling will defend their Big 12 title at the Hearns Center against Arizona State, Oklahoma, Wyoming, Air Force, Virginia Tech, and Oklahoma State.
So that means they actually announced the schedule for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
Then, former Mizzou baseball alum Kyle Gibson has earned his 15th win on the season for the Orioles.
Let's go!
He is now 15-9 on the year.
Hell yeah.
So he's positive. He's positive. That's what matters.
Hell yeah.
And
Please
then,
welcome to the Royals, Kyle Gibson, to replace Jordan Lyles. And Zach Greinke.
Finally, we have a post from the football game in St. Louis over the weekend. I'll send this in general here, Brock.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Marching Mizzou gained a new sousaphone player after the game.
Nice.
One of the defensive linemen picked up my boy Nick Bentley's sousaphone, and you know how I can tell? It's because he wraps his mouthpiece in red electrical tape every year.
Why?
That's just the thing he does. But it's cool that the football players kind of like the band, I guess, or at least my section.
Well, I think it was more of a let's just
For
have
the moment.
something interesting. By the way, that is who is that? Is Kristen Williams, by the way,
Nice.
senior from Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, even better.
He's a transfer from Oregon.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Interesting.
But that is all that I have in random news.
All right, Ben. All right, then it's time to know your...
Brady Cook still has not thrown an interception yet.
Yeah. I've been trying to not mention that.
I'm knocking on all the wood. We are okay.
Okay. Well, all right. It's time to know
He's
your
thrown
enemy.
exactly 100 passes as well.
What was that?
He's thrown exactly 100 passes as well.
There you go. All right, Ben, it's now time to know your enemy this week, powered by B-Card Intermate. Oh, my God. I wish I could do... Let's retry that.
Powered by the struggle that is watching 5 Vanderbilt games in a row.
You have no idea. It's time to know your enemy, powered by bcardentertainment.com. Check out bcardentertainment.com for all updates for B-Card Entertainment, such as Ben's entire schedule as to what he'll be going to the rest of this month. And
Yes, sir.
next few months, because I totally haven't done that already. Made a separate link. All right, the Vanderbilt Commodores coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. Mizzou leads the all-time series 10-4-1, winning the previous 3 meetings. The head coach of the Commodores is Clark Lee, who is 9-20 in his 3 seasons at Vanderbilt. He has never beaten Mizzou. Also, side note, Eli Drinkwitz has never lost to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt lost to Kentucky 45-28 last week. Vandy is way more effective at passing the ball compared to running it on the ground. However, that doesn't really mean too much so far this year. 184 passes to 149 rushing attempts. They're a very, very, very turnover-prone team. They've turned over the ball 11 times this year already. Starting quarterback for the Commodores is A.J. Swan. He is 93 for 173, 1,290 yards, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He also has 25 carries for 28 yards on a touchdown. Yes, you heard that right. He is a 53.8% completion percentage. The running back room for the Commodores is led by Patrick Smith, 52 carries, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cedric Alexander is the other running back there. 39 carries for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. Alright, I'm going to be completely honest. This is the weakest wide receiver room that I have covered yet here on the...
I don't think there's only the one guy that's caught over half the touchdown.
They have 3 wide receivers with double-digit catches so far. Will Shepard leads them with 27 receptions for 345 yards and 6 touchdowns. The only other 2 receivers that are above double digits have a combined 35 catches for 594 yards and 3 touchdowns. Vandy's defensive scheme is one I have not talked about this year. As get this, the Commodores run a 4-2-5, 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. They have a defensive lineman that's a rover, and I'm going to call it the star position, like I did last week for Memphis. He runs all over the front. However, this is the worst front 4 I've seen Mizzou's going to play the rest of this year. Their linebackers are something. They're a bright spot on that defense. They clean up the mess left by the D-line, but it's not a good mess to try and clean up. Vandy has some young corners. They're both freshmen, but the safeties are seniors. The 5th defensive back is called an anchor. Taylor can ball. This dude is going to cause a lot of headaches for Mizzou in the lead up to this as he leads the Commodores in tackles this year. Keys for Mizzou: trust the process, keep coming on offense. Top players on defense are coming back, and feed the Schrader. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vanderbilt Commodores. All right, Ben. You heard the breakdown?
Mm-hmm.
It's time for the mailbag this week before we get into over-under and predictions for this week for Mizzou versus Vanderbilt.
Oh boy, we got a big mailbag.
Oh, do we?
As there's been a lot of stuff recently that's been uploaded, as you know.
Oh.
We are currently at 97 total subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
In the last 28 days, we've had 1.8 thousand views and over 90 hours of watch time. The biggest being the K-State versus Mizzou video, getting 465 views, 14 likes, and 3 comments. And let's just take a look at some of our recent comments. We have the on the K-State Mizzou game, love it from Florida. On the Grambling State halftime show at LSU, we have, why did the band come all the way to Baton Rouge to hold their horns in the stands?
Great question.
On the 920, so last week's podcast, Noah said, I actually thought Memphis missed the game winner against K-State. I hope Mizzou isn't hungover from K-State. I'm excited to be performing in the Dome. I hope you guys have a fun time on Saturday. M-I-Z.
Z-O-U.
And he asked if I'm going to film pregame and halftime, in which I did.
Yeah, you did. You had some comments from some fans about that.
Yes. And then we have, on the Wildcat Tiger game, I'll take every angle of it I can get. Thanks for posting.
Wildcat Tiger game. Oh, K-State, Mizzou. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what
The
the
K-State
hell?
Mizzou game we have. I'll take every angle of it I can get. Thanks for posting.
Dang right. All right. Is that all you got from the mailbag, Ben?
That is indeed the mailbag.
All right, beautiful. All right, Ben. It's going to be a weird one for the over-under to start us off this week. Over-under attendance for this game between Mizzou and Vanderbilt. 23,240. That is the average that they have for fans at their games this year.
I think it's going to be under.
Think it's going to be under?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to actually take the over on it because, as we saw with the game against Kentucky last week, that brought the average up to 26,279 is how many they had last week. So, all right. We now go down the rabbit hole, Ben. All right, over-under time of possession for the Tigers, 30 minutes.
Wait, sorry, what was that?
Time of possession.
Under.
So you think they're going to lose the possession battle this week?
Wait, actually, no. They're going to win the possession battle.
Okay, so you're thinking they're going to be over then?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. Cool. Over under turnovers by Vanderbilt, 3.5.
Over.
I'm inclined to agree with you on that one. Over under rushing attempts for Vanderbilt, 22.
Under.
Over under passing attempts by Vanderbilt, 50. Because that's about what they average out to this year.
Under.
Okay. Finally, for the Tigers, over under 100 yards for Cody Schrader.
Over.
Over under 325 yards for Brady Cook.
Is that total or passing?
Passing.
How many did he have against Memphis?
341.
I'm going to say over.
Okay. Total touchdowns by the Tigers, 5.5.
Over.
Okay. It's now time to get our predictions for the scores. As I bring up last week's, the person that was actually the closest was Tommy, who had the final score being 31-24. So congrats to Tommy for that. However, I was the only one that got it right that Brady Cook did play. So, all right, Ben, this week, what do you think the score is?
I'm actually looking at the all-time. I'm on Winspedia looking at the all-time and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Mizzou currently leads Vanderbilt 10
10-4-1.
wins to 4 wins.
I know.
With a tie.
I know. I said it in the Know Your Enemy.
Okay, but there was a tie in there too, which is weird.
Yeah, it was way back in the day.
Whoa, Mizzou had a head coach named Clifford Douglas Pop Bliss
Back in the day, yeah.
in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Vanderbilt, all of Vanderbilt's wins have come against Hawaii and Alabama A&M. Vanderbilt is currently on a 3-game losing streak. So,
Interesting. Gary Pinkel lost to Vanderbilt in Columbia in 2012.
yeah, that was a bad Mizzou team. That was that first one that they didn't know what they were just yet. And they only got 2 wins in conference.
And in 2015 in Nashville.
Again, another bad Mizzou team. That was his final year, and he pretty much had lost the program. I need a score, Ben.
Ew, I forgot. Last year we only beat them 17-14.
I need a score, Ben.
$38-13.
Is that a Tiger win or a Vanderbilt win?
Yeah, a Tiger win.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to be a little bit more trepidatious than you. And I'm also going to go off of what Vanderbilt has given up so far score-wise this year.
We got 36, 40, 45.
So I'm actually going to go with... Here, hang on. You wait a minute.
There's no undefeated teams left in the other side of the SEC conference.
Oh, the East or the West?
Yeah. Because there's 3 undefeateds, and we're one of them in our division, and then the other division all has losses.
So Vanderbilt gives up an average of 32 points a game. That's being brought way down by Alabama A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Mizzou. God. I don't want to nail down a score yet because I keep forgetting what Mizzou is averaging this year.
The line is Mizzou favored by 13.
I don't care what the line is. Boy, Mizzou's not averaging a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
Mizzou's averaging 30.5 points a game. That Middle Tennessee State game is really bringing them down on that. Scored 34 against Memphis, 30 against K-State. I think we continue going up. I'm not going to say you're 34. I am going to go 35, though. I think Mizzou's going to score exactly 5 touchdowns. I think they're going to win 35. God, Vanderbilt's fucking around with teams a lot, too. It's one thing you can't say. They've got a good offense. They really do. Go 35-27. Mizzou wins. All right, and here's the one prop bet that we have every game. Will there be more Mizzou fans or Vanderbilt fans in the stands, Ben?
More Mizzou fans.
Okay, you're saying Mizzou fans. I think there are going to be more Vandy fans this week. Because it's a weird way of going about it, but once you follow my logic, you understand why. Here's why I think that. Because, well, never mind. Yeah, I still think so. I'm going to stand pat on what I'm saying on that. I think there's going to be more Vandy fans there. Don't know why. Just do. Anyway. All right, Ben. Where can you be found on social media?
I can be found at EliteTigerSports1. The E, the T, and the S are capitalized.
All right, I can be found on Twitter at BrockGorton99. The B and the G are capitalized. Follow us at BCard Entertainment on Twitter at B_card_ENT. The B, the C, and the E are capitalized on that one. My version of the vlog's already out. Ben's version of his vlog, which I'm pretty sure is the one that all of you are going to watch anyway, is out. But I have
will
some
be
more
coming out shortly, yeah. Or by the time this gets uploaded, yes, it will be out.
But if you want to see some behind-the-scenes stuff of that vlog, you can check out mine, where we have such great stuff such as Ben on his knees, us eating at Heidelberg's. So that was awesome. Me shirtless. No nipples, though. No nipples. Just me shirtless. Tommy putting on Mizzou socks. So on and so forth. There was a lot there. Ben and Tommy getting into a nice little fight. So, yeah. You forgot about that already, didn't you?
Yeah.
Anyway. That's all I got. Ben, anything else that you have coming out?
We will have the Mizzou pregame. We will have the Mizzou halftime. Memphis's little... Didn't they do a little halftime thing?
They did halftime, yes. You recorded it.
We'll have that as well. We'll have the vlog, and we'll have this podcast going up. 5 videos.
Where are you
in
at
the
this
next
week?
3 days. I will be in Wichita this weekend.
All right. 4?
StalkerCon.
Which is...
Anime convention.
There you go. I'll be here in B-Card Studios, but I gotta work this week. Hopefully I'll be able to watch the Vanderbilt game a little bit, though. Anyway, as sure as this season moves along, we are earning our stripes more and more because we're insane and planning on going to a lot of more games next year because we're crazy. We are actually insane.
And I'm in talks with my SEC band brethren to get me to some other away games this next season.
Sir, you act as if I'm not going to have weekends off next year.
Well, we'll see what happens. if Brock's wanting to fly, or if we drive in.
Till next week, folks. MIZ.
ZOU.
What a voice crack.